Hello, this is Mrs. White, and we are now on our fourth time lesson. Today, we are doing about converting, which we've done before. The thing that's slightly different is we're converting from 12-hour to 24-hour clock. And here on our screen are just things that will help us to remember any things that we need to help us in the future and what we're doing. Right, quick reminder about 24 hours. So here we have here we have the 12-hour clock down here, and here we have the 24-hour clock. And the 12-hour clock has AM and PM, and AM tells us if it's in the morning and PM tells us if it's in the afternoon. The thing with 24-hour is we don't need AM and PM because the hour will tell us if it's in the morning or the afternoon. And if the number is between 0 and 12, we know that that takes us all the way up to midday. And then if it's after 12, so it'll go from 13 to 24, we then know that's in the afternoon. If we're converting 12-hour time in AM, we don't have to change anything. All we have to do is not have AM in it. If it's PM, we don't need to change anything with the minutes, but we do need to change the hours. And with the hours, we add 12 onto the hour. So if it's 4 o'clock, 4 plus 12 is 16, it'll be 16:00. And we don't need PM. Right, let's look at our first slide. And we are at a Watmaker shop. They have a clock here, and here are all the digital times. And we need to think, all these digital times, why do the watches show 4 digits? And what we need to do is remember that the reason they show 4 digits is because it's 24-hour. So 24-hour clock will always have 4 digits. And we need to work out the clock. So we've got the clock up here, that's telling us the correct time. And we want to find out which of these watches is telling us the right time. So moving on here, I've got bigger so I can see it better. So let's look at the clock and see what the time is. And I'm going to do how many minutes to, because it's on the to side. And look at the hour hand, and the hour's traveling from 3 o'clock and it's moving towards 4. So it's so many minutes to 4 o'clock. So if we have a look at that, and we've got 5. And if I look here, I would say it's pointing there. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes to 4. But whenever we're looking at that on a digital clock, we don't say 8 minutes to 4 on a digital. On a digital, we say how many minutes past the first hour. So we would have the 3 there, so it would be 03. And we'll have a look at how many minutes past. So we know halfway round clock is 30 minutes, 35, 40, 45, 50, 51, 52. So it'd be 03, 52. Now we're just going to look back here, and we've got 2 boys out standing in front of the shop. So I'm going to think very quickly. I think that's in the afternoon. It won't be in the morning. We'll be asleep in bed. So how am I going to convert 03 to 24 hour? Well, I add 12 to the hours, and the hour is 03. So it'll be 15:52. And this is the right time. Okay. So that is quite straightforward. Now let's look at question 1. What will these times look like as 24-hour times? So first we're going to look at the clock and see what the time says. Right, so if we have a look here, this clock, I'm going to just carry this straight on, and I think, sorry about my pen, but I think that's gone 2 minutes past there. So that is 12 minutes past, doesn't it? That's showing me 12 minutes past. So I know it's 12 minutes past. And now I want to find out what the hour is. And it's moving from 8 to 9. So it's 12 minutes past 8. So in a 12-hour, we would write that as 8:12 a.m. And that's how that would show there. But how would we do it as a 24-hour clock? Well, the first thing we know, 4 digits. So it would be, if it's 08, it would be 08. And we know because it's morning, it is going to be 08. So that is going to be 08. And then the minutes always stay the same as they are in 12 hours. So it's 08 to 12, but luckily because it's 24, we don't need an AM. So that's the answer to this one. Now let's have a look at this one. And this is showing me how many minutes to an hour. So again, I'm going to draw this and then move it up to here. So it's that one. And I'm going to do 5, 10, 11, 12 minutes again. And this time it's 12 minutes to, and the hour hand is traveling from the 11 to the 12. So it's 12 minutes to 12. Now, I wouldn't write it as 12, 12 because that would tell me it's 12 minutes past 12. We need to find out how many minutes past 11 it is. So we know it's 11. The hour hand is 11. And let's look at how many minutes past. So that's half of the clock. So that's 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48. So that's 11:48 p.m. and that tells me it's at night time. So let's have a think about what keeps the same and what's different. And we know the minutes are always the same. So that's 48 and that's going to be 48 there. Need to control my mouse better so I can write better so it doesn't look like a very good 8. But for the hours, we are in the night time. We've gone past midday. So we need to add 12 hours. So we have 11 plus 12 equals 23. So we know that the time is 23:48. Right, let's look at question 2. 4:45 is the same as so many minutes past. So 4:45 is 15 minutes to the hour. So if we think an hour is 60 and we take away 15 minutes, it's 45 minutes to. So we'd write that as 45 minutes. Sorry, 45 minutes past. And if it's 4:45, it's going to be 45 minutes past 4. Okay, so we would write that. How would you complete the analog clock, 24-digit clock, if this time was in the morning? Really important. So the hour is 4, and as it's 24 hour, we need to put 04, 04:45 here. So that tells us the time really well. And then we're going to do this again on the analog, and we know the hour hand is the shorter hand and it's going from the 4 but it's going towards the 5, so we're going to put the hour hand there quite straight, and the minutes are 45, so 9 5s are 45, and that needs to be pointing in a straight line towards the 9. Right, let's have a look at question 3, and we have Mo is altering a digital watch, and sometimes you can choose with a digital watch about whether you want to be 12 or 24 hour. You can certainly do that with my bedroom clock. So he's changing his digital watch, and at the moment it is 25 minutes to 7. So remember, we don't do 7 on digital, we do it as past. So the hour it's left is 6, so I'm going to put 06. And then we've got the colon, and 25 minutes to, well, how many more minutes has it gone past? So it's only got 25 more minutes to do. So it's gone past 35 minutes because 35 plus 25 makes 60. So it's 6:35, okay? And that would say, if it was 12, it would say AM on it, on a 12 hour, 6:35. In the morning, and if it was in the afternoon it would say PM. So let's have a look at the question. What would Mo's watch now show if this was an AM time? Here we go. Well, we've written the time out already, and it would just be 06:35. Wouldn't need the AM at all. And then what would it need to show if it's a PM time? Well, we keep the minutes exactly the same and we just add 12 onto the hour. So 6 plus 12 is 18, and it will be 18:35, and we wouldn't need the PM. And those are the 2 answers. Right, question 4 here. Here we have Isla. I know how to convert this to a 24-hour time. I add 12 to the number of hours to get 1928. Okay, so let's have a look. I know how to convert this to 20. I add 12 to the number of hours. All right, so it's 7:28. All right, and she knows that she would add 12. So would I add 12? Thing I need to look at is here. It's in the morning. It's AM. So does she need to add 12? She would only need to add 12 if it was PM. So she's converting it, but all she'd do is she would turn it to 07:28, and that would still tell me the morning time. Okay, and would only convert it if it was PM. Right, now we have the questions. So here I've got the page of questions from 1 to 4, and you can pause it now and have a go. You should have the sheet at home. If you haven't, you just write the answers down on a piece of paper. So pause this page now, and I will do the answers in a little while. Also, here's questions 5 and your reflect. So if you'd like to pause this, write down the answers, as many as you can find, and then I will go through the answers with you. Right, let's have a look at question 1 and see if we can find the answers. So what would each time look like on an analog and 24-hour digital clock? So first I'm going to look at the time. So it's 1:05. So I would write that on a digital as 01:05. And that's the same as 5 minutes past 1. So we've got the hour hand is pointing towards the 1, just move slightly over, and the minute hand, the longer hand, is up 5 minutes past 1. And because it's AM, don't have to do any conversions at all. Good. This one's 7 o'clock in the evening. Right, I'm going to put that on the analog clock first. So here we know it's 7, so the hour is 7, and o'clock is the minute hand is on the 12, 7 o'clock, but it's in the evening. So we're going to do 7 plus 12, and it's 19:00 for the minutes. Okay, and the hours are 19. Question 3, 11:41 p.m. So again, we're going to have to convert the hours because it's after midday. So let's do it on the clock. So 11:41, so we could say 41 minutes past 11. So we know that the hour hand is moving from the 11 towards the 12. And then 40, so 5 times 8, because it's 5 minutes in each group. So it'll be at the 8 and 1, so it's there, 41. We wouldn't say, if we say reading an analog clock, what we would say is that is 10 and 9, 19 minutes to 12 is what we'd say. And then we're going to convert it. So 11:41, the minutes stay the same. So they're still at 41. And the 11, we add 12, it's 23:41. Let's look at D, 8:28 a.m. Right, well, we know, we're getting used to this now, a.m., you don't change anything, you just don't need the a.m. So 08:28, and that's the same as 28 minutes past 8. So we put the minute hand down towards just the 2 minutes before the 6, so there, and the hour hand, so that's the minute hand, the hour hand is travelling from the 8 to the 9. It's nearly half past, so it's going to be about halfway. And then the last question here is 2 minutes past midnight. So midnight is just as it's starting the new day. So we're going to have 00. So it's 00 for midnight, and 2 minutes past will be 02. And then when we draw it on the analog, the hour is pointing to the 12, and the minute hand is 2 minutes past. Right, now we're moving on to question 2. This is slightly different. We're converting them from 24 digital time to an analog time. So 0000 is midnight. So the minute and the hour hand are both pointing towards the 12. Right, let's look at B. 13:42. That's 10 minutes in the afternoon, so PM. But you don't show that actually on an analog clock. So let's convert this hour from 13, because we don't have a 13 digit here. So we'll do 13 take away 12. So we know it's 1:42. So it's traveling from the 1 going towards the 2. So the hour hand is between the 1 and the 2, and then 42 minutes round. So that's to the 8 for 40 plus 2. So the minute hand is pointing there. Let's look at C. That again is an afternoon evening time, 2016. The 16 will stay the same. So we'll look at the minute hand, and it's 16 minutes past, so it's going to be just past the 3 by 1. So 3 5s are 15, plus 1 is 16. And then 20, again, we convert it. So 20 take away 12 is 8. So with the hour hand is between the 8 and the 9, and it's just because it's just gone quarter past, it's gone just past the 8 here. So that would work for that one. And then for D, we have got 9:51. So actually, we don't need to do any conversion. And we know that 51 is 9 minutes. So it's 9 minutes to 10. So we look at here, and the minute hand is on the 9 down here. So that's 9 minutes to, and the hour hand is just approaching towards the 10. Right, now moving on to question 3. These 24-hour times have all been written incorrectly. Write each time correctly and explain the mistakes. 3:42, well, I'm looking at that and thinking, well, what's incorrect? And then I remember that because it's 24-hour, it must have 4 digits. So all that means is an 03:42. Let me look at the next one. So that's the same time, but this one is in the afternoon. So 15:42, well, that's right. That's what we've got wrong here. We've put a PM here and we don't need a PM. So it'd just be 15:42 there. Right, looking at question 4 now. Max is going shopping. His watch shows 24-hour times. His mum says it is now 2:17 PM. I will meet you outside the sports shop in an hour and a half, so 1.5 hours. What time will Max's watch show when he has to meet his mum? Well, I'm going to add the time on first and then see if I need to do any conversion for 24-hour. So 2:17, add an hour becomes 3:17. Then add half an hour, that's 30 minutes. So 3:17 plus 30 minutes is 3:47. Right, it's a 24-hour, so it's in the afternoon. So the minutes are going to stay the same, so they're going to still be 47. But the hour, we need to add 12. So 12 plus 3 is 15:47. And that's the time that Max's watch will show. Question 5, this is a fun one. Write down 10 24-hour times where the 4 digits add up to 8 each time. So we can write the times, but we also have to convert it, okay? So we'll start with the 24-hour, and then we will then convert it to the 12-hour time. So it's whatever digits make 8. So here we've got a 5, a 2, and a 1. So 5 plus 2 plus 1 equals 8. So that'd be 5:21. And then if we convert that to 12-hour, that's in the morning, isn't it? 5:21 AM, and we don't need the 0 in front of it. So here's some possible examples. So they've done 10:07, and we're not adding 10 and 7, we're just adding the single digits. So adding 1 and 7, and that equals 8. And then 10:07 is a morning time, so it's 10:07 AM. Another one with looking at 1 plus 3 is 4, so 13. So you've got 4 plus 4, so 13:04, and then we convert that to 12, and it'd be 1:04 PM. Another one, again, we're using the 1, 3, and 4. So we've got 14:30. Well, 14, if we're converting it to 12-hour, 14 take away 12 is 2, minutes don't change. And that's what you do, and you can do as many as you want. Do 10 or see if there's any more. Reflect question. Explain how to change between 12-hour and 24-hour clock times. Right, so we know that a 24-hour clock time has 4 digits. So if it's a 12-hour one and it only has 3 digits, so like this 5:12 AM has only got 3, to convert to 24-hour, we need to make it 05:12. 24-hour doesn't have AM and PM, whereas a 12-hour does. If it's 24-hour, the number will be the same if it's before midday. All right, so the hour digits and the minute digits will be the same. If it's after midday, after 12 noon, then the minute digits will stay the same, but the hour will be, you need to add 12 more, so it'll be 12 more. So 1 p.m. would then become 13:00. Right, you've got some extra resources questions. If you'd like to just pause this and then answer it, and then carry on with the video, and I will tell you the answers. And here's some more questions, so pause this one, have a go, and then I will give you the answers to this one as well. Right, let's go back to this one. It's about just exploring and finding out about a 12 and a 24-hour digit clock. Look around your house, see what there is and see what you notice. And then we've got these 3 times. So 4 p.m, well, we'd have it as 4 digits to start with. The minutes are 00, and as it's all of these are in the afternoon, will be 4 plus 12 is 16:00. 8 p.m, so the minutes again 00, and because it's p.m, 8 plus 12 is 20. 11 p.m, 11 plus 12 is 23, so it'll be 23:00. Right, question 2, match the analog and the digital times. So we've got them here. So this is 10 past 7. This one here is 20 minutes past 9, but it's p.m, so the 9 plus 12 will be 21:20. This one again is p.m, and it's 10 minutes past 1, so the 1 will be 1 plus 12, which is 13:10. And here we've got 15 minutes, 1:45, but actually you wouldn't say that, you'd say that as 12:45, and because it's in the morning, it'll be 00:45. It's just gone midnight, and it's 15 minutes to 1. Right, this is a good question. And the way I've worked it out is I've just given myself all the stages and looked at all the new times. So Sally leaves school at the time shown. So I look at this, our hand is, well, it's pointing straight to the 3. And if I'm honest, I think it should be just moving away from the 3. And the minute hand is on the 4. So 5, 10, 15, 20, it's 20 minutes past 3. And I'm going to write that in 24-hour time, and I'm going to think about this. What time would Sally be going to the swimming pool? Would she be going at 3:20, 20 minutes past 3 in the morning when we're all a bit fast asleep and it's shut, or would she be going in the afternoon? It would be the afternoon, so instead of 3 I'm going to add 12 to 3, so it's 15:20. She arrives at the swimming pool 40 minutes later. So I've got 20 minutes here, add 40, well that makes a complete hour. So she arrives at the swimming pool at 4 o'clock and has a 1-hour swimming lesson. So from 4 o'clock, add 1 hour, so it's 16, go up 1 hour is 1700. And then it says she arrives home 15 minutes later. So it's 1700, and 15 minutes from 1700 is 1750. So you can see there it's 1750 here, and that's the answer to those questions. And let's have a look at these. 3 children are meeting in the park. Beth says we are meeting at 14:10. Tim says we are meeting at 2:10 p.m. And Faye says we are meeting at 10 to 2. Will all the children meet at the same time? Right, let's have a look at these times, and we're going to convert them all to the same. So I'm going to have a go at converting this one to 24-hour. So we know this one's 24-hour, 14:10. So the minutes stay the same, but the hours we add 12. So 12 plus 2 is 14:10. So Tim's time and Beth's time are both the same. Here, Faye, we are meeting at 10 to 2. So let me think about that. How would I write that as a digital? And we're going to start with the hour. So if I have a look here, so if it's 10 to 2, the hour is actually 1. And we've got to remember that it's in the afternoon. So it won't be 1, it'll be 1 plus 12, so it'll be 13. And if it's 10 minutes to 2, it's going to tell me how many minutes passed. Well, we know there's 60 minutes in an hour, so take away 10, so it's now 13:50. all right? And so Faye, let's get those colons a bit better, is meeting at a different time to Beth and Tim. Right, Seb says, to change any time after midday from 12 hours to 24 hours, you just add 12. Yeah, well, that's right, you do. You just add 12. But he then says, you would add 12 to the minutes. Oh, Seb, you've got confused. You don't add it to the minutes. The minutes always stay the same. Add it to the hour. So that's where Seb has got that one wrong. Right, and the last question is a really good one. It's like dominoes. So I've done us another page here. If I can just click through with our dominoes, and this is how I've sorted it out. So you can start with any one. It doesn't really matter which one you start, and you'll be lucky at home. You'll be able to do it in some kind of loop or in a line. I've had to organise it like this, but I've started with the 2:50. All right, and we're going to link with that time right at the end. So 5 minutes past 3. All right, so it doesn't tell me if it's AM or PM, but this is the same as 5 minutes past 3, because if you take away 12 from 15, you've got 3 left, so 15:05. 10 past 4, so that will be 10 minutes, so it'll be either 04:10, or if it's in the afternoon, it'll be 16:10, because it's 4 plus 12, so 16:10. 5 to 9, so 5 minutes to 9 is 55 minutes past, and it's 55 minutes past 8, so it'll either be 8:55, or if we convert it to 24 hours and it's in the afternoon, it'll be 8 plus 12, which is 20, so it'll be 20:55 here. 10 to 2 is the same as 50 minutes past 1, so it'll either be 1:50, or in the 12 hour, it'll be 13:50, and then 5 to 10 would either be in the morning, 9:55, and that's 12 hours because there's only 3 digits, or if we did it in 24 hour, you'd have 9 plus 12, so it'll be 21:55, and then 10 to 3, here we are, it's 2:50, and that'll be in the morning. Well, thank you very much for doing time, and I'm really pleased to see how many of you are having a go at doing these time lessons. If you want to, show your teachers what you've done, send photos, let us know on the blog. And if you have any queries, please either get your parents to email us or email us. Use Purple Mash and email us. And I hope you're all staying well and staying safe, and you will have the next time lesson next week. Wishing you all the best. Goodbye.